man. USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. It's the top of the morning. Listen, I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, we got to talk about what Congress is doing. Look, man, this thing is really getting out of hand. It is a bipartisan bill from the Democrats and from the Republicans. I don't get political, and I'm not going to get political, but this is a bipartisan bill, NIL based bill that's going to be introduced, and they're proposing it now to be put in play, and I guess they're going to vote for it. But look, we talked about this. You guys already know. We told you that they were going to try to put some regulations in place. It's going to affect the NIL, and it's going to affect the transfer portal. You guys already know the biggest biggest beneficiary rather from the transfer portal has been USC. You guys already know that. Well, USC, all kind of schools, but USC has been a big, we overturned our roster. Colorado's overturned their roster. All kinds of schools, even Nick Saban, Alabama, they've been beneficiaries as well. Multiple schools have been beneficiaries, but now they want to crack down. I told you, remember I told you, I brought you guys a story about the SEC, along with some coaches, the commissioner from the SEC. All these guys went down to Congress and went to, look, we're going to look at this information real quick. I got my glasses on because the future's still bright. You guys already know we got practice, but I partially got them on as well. I don't want you to see my eyes. I want you to see how upset I am right now, because right now what they're doing, they don't like it when the playing field is being even, but they're not even saying nothing about. And by the way, yesterday, Michigan just apparently they're getting ready to the NCAA is getting ready to suspend Coach Jim Harbaugh for allegedly lying to the NCAA. It's been all over the news. We'll take a look at that. Also, nobody's really making reference to Tennessee situation, and it's not that we want them to get hurt, but now they want to put all these NIL sanctions, all these transfer portal regulations in place, just because it's not fair to them. So we'll take a look at this information, man, and we'll see. This video may be a little bit longer, man, due to the information that's in here. I highlighted a couple of things that I've seen within this information as it relates to the NIL and the transfer portal, man. So let's take a look at this information real quick. Let's go. All right, so let's get right into this, man. This is it right here. And it says U.S. Senators Joe Manchin, Tommy Tuberville released a bipartisan bill, NIL bill, after nearly a year of speculation and discussion surrounding NIL legislation from U.S. Senators Joe Manchin, Democrat, West Virginia, and Tommy Tuberville, Republican, Alabama. The duo, they calling it a duo. The duo released a bipartisan NIL bill Tuesday afternoon. Now, you know what's crazy about this? Tommy Tuberville, both of these guys are really West Virginia. You can kind of consider that it's in the Big 12, but it borders, I believe, West Virginia, borders North Carolina. So we're talking about mostly these are southern states. Tommy Tuberville, you guys know, he used to be the head coach for, I believe, Clemson, and he used to be the head coach at Auburn. So these are guys that are southern guys. You see where he's at. This guy's in Alabama. But let's take a look at this information real quick. Now look at this information. It says athletic directors, administrators, associations, NIL collectives, and athletic groups provided feedback in October. A close friend to Manchin and talking about Tommy Tuberville. Alabama football coach Nick Saban was consulted during the process. Why in the world is Alabama coach consulted about this when he was the one that called out Texas A&M coach? You guys remember that? So now you want to consult somebody that has a big time interest in this situation. So let's go on. So it says the NCAA president, Charlie Baker, has also spent considerable time in Washington, D.C. since taking the job in March. Now, listen to this portion of it. It says those efforts have now resulted. I'm skipping through it because this is a long deal here, but we got to get to the root of this thing. Those efforts have now resulted in the Protecting Athletes, Schools and Sports Act of 2023. They have a nickname called the PASS Act. A former head coach at Ole Miss. Look at this. Do you notice the common theme here? These are all Southern coaches. A former head coach of Ole Miss and Auburn, Tuberville announced plans for the bill last August. The bill was on track to be released this spring, but now comes out in late July. That's because they went up to the Congress. And it says, read the full piece of legislation here. Let me skip through here. Remember the PASS Act, though. Remember that. All right, so here's the information with the PASS Act. The PASS Act will force boosters and collectives to be affiliated with a school. It will also prohibit NILs from being used as an inducement in recruiting and the transfer portal. Let me keep reading. Provide coverage for sports-related injuries for uninsured athletes for 8 years following graduation from a 4-year university. Larger schools, Power 5 schools, will be required to pay for expenses even for after athletes leave the schools. So you guys hit me in the comment section. We know what this is about. We know what they're targeting right now. I pray that this thing really doesn't go through, because right now they really, you know what this is about. It's about the playing field has been set, it's even, and now they want to try to put regulations in place. And we know, I brought you guys a story that just a few days ago, a couple of weeks ago actually, that these guys are going to Congress and that these guys are going to fight this. And we see what's happening right now. And I'll get into a little bit of this. Collectives can promote their program, assist in recruiting, and assist in providing benefits to recruits, athletes, or parents of athletes, but only if the organization is formally associated with the schools through an official contract. It's no more outside all these collectives that we got. We have Victory Formation, we have the Conquest, all these outside. These are not directly connected to USC. These guys know what they're doing. They know exactly how they're targeting this. Let me continue to read this. It requires athletes to participate in financial literacy training. Contracts will be required to be made public for any athlete parties involved in NIL. This will make it ideal for FTC to launch an investigation. Uniform contracts will be required. NIL deals involving athletes or institutions would be prohibited in specific industries, including drug paraphernalia, dangerous weapons, and gambling. If enacted, athletes would be, well, we understand all of that. So, man, you guys hit me in the comments, man. This is, they're more worried about this than worried about what's going on with Michigan and Tennessee right now. But they don't go to Congress on that. And just yesterday, we seen this breaking news with Tennessee, with Jim Harbaugh. They expected to suspend him 4 days. This is from 24/7 Sports. 4 games. For lying to the NCAA. But we hear nothing about this going to Congress. We hear nothing about what's going on with Tennessee. But we want to hear all these sanctions that's taking place, because the recruiting playing field has been leveled, man. Look, you guys hit me in the comments. You guys let me know what you think. It's USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter. All right, so that is the information. You guys already see it there for yourself. You see what they're trying to put in place. They're trying to limit the transfer portal. Wow. First 3 years of school. I mean, who's going to want to enter the transfer portal at that point? You know, if you're a coach, you can get up and leave whenever you want. Even, it's unbelievable, man. And then what about the NIL situation, man? You guys hit me in the comments. You guys tell me what you think about this. We know that this is targeting certain schools, man. It's clear. It's clear as day, man. They see it coming. They see it. But we'll see what happens, though. You guys already know. We've seen that there are different things that are coming in place. Certain schools form a little bit of a coalition together. I brought that to you guys as well. I'm going to keep you guys posted with this, but this is a very telling sign. What these guys did with the SEC going to Congress, apparently their cry for help. I mean, officially, I guess it's working right now, man. So look, you guys hit me in the comments. You guys let me know what you think. And if you're a recruit, you know what time it is right now. If you're a recruit coming out of high school, if you're a recruit that's in college, you better make sure you're in the right school. You better make sure that you want to be at that school for 3 years. Because if this bill passes, if this bill goes through, you cannot leave that school. Kingston, if you're listening to us now, if you don't want to go to Notre Dame, if you're not sure about Notre Dame, look, man, your opportunities now, if you hear this bill, if you hear this information about this bill, come to USC right now, because 3 years from now, if Notre Dame goes down the drain, it's nothing you can do about it. You got to stay there for at least 3 years before you hit that transfer portal, man. So look, you guys hit me in the comment section. You guys tell me what you think. I'm telling you, I'm lost in the sauce with this right now because you guys already know. Lincoln Riley said it. He said, look, there's no other opportunity like Southern California right now. When you talk about all the NIL, all the information, all the businesses around the location, location. We talked about all that, the resources, everything that USC has to offer, especially with that, man. You can be sponsored by all kinds of different brands that are out there within the Southern California market, and they know this. So look, man, you guys hit me in the comment section. You guys tell me what you think. Nick Saban and Alabama, they know that there's nothing they can do in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and they know that. And there's nothing knocking that place. But it's just different when you have it on a different level, when you're talking about NIL and when you're talking about opportunities, man. And they know this. So now they're trying to, so would they rather have a brown bag situation? Would they rather have it under the table? Or would they rather have it out in the open like schools are doing it right now, man? Look, you guys hit me in the comments. You guys tell me what you think. It's USCJ32 on Instagram. Look, the future is still bright. All we got to do is win. I pray this bill doesn't go through. I pray it doesn't go through. But the fact that it's a bipartisan bill, that makes it, I mean, it's very, very telling. The bipartisan means both sides are coming together and really trying to get this thing going, man. So, look, you guys hit me in the comment section. You guys tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. You guys already know. It's USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter.